A few episodes ago, I don't know, maybe 20 or 30, I was talking about these stories we tell ourselves, right? These things that we happen that we carry around with us like bricks in our backpack. And I offered folks this. Write these things down. What are the stories you tell yourself? Write them down. Demand evidence from these things. And then put them down. And put them down means different things for different people. Some people write letters and they burn them. Some people, I had a client once that wrote letters and then he shot it up with one of his pew-pew guns or whatever. But I offer people, hey, send them to me. Just put them in the mail and be done with it. Have a spiritual moment. Have a existential moment. Put these stuff in the mail. Write them down and let them go. And I got letters, man. And hey, the offer still stands. You got something that you cannot get out of your soul. That you wake up anxious, you go to bed and your heart's racing. You wake up at 2 a.m. and you're thinking about this thing that happened, thinking about things that you did, the things that you said, that you can't go back and change. They were 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 5 years ago. The things that happened to you, the things that happened to somebody you love. At some point, you have to make the decision, I'm not going to be defined by the worst thing that ever happened to me. I'm not going to be defined by the worst thing I ever did. And I've got to decide I want to be a part of a healing process. I just want to take a different road. And that starts with taking the bricks out of your backpack and setting them down. You're welcome to mail them to me. Use a pen on a piece of paper and write them down and mail them. So I got letters, man. And some of these were gut-wrenching and hard and beautiful. I just picked two this morning. There's a number like this. Here's one, and these are heavy. I want you just to know that they're heavy. Some of these had no names on them, no return addresses on them. They just came to me at work. I didn't know where they were from. Sometimes they had a postmark city, but sometimes, I don't know if they're actually mailing, if they're on vacation or whatever. But here's one I got. Close your eyes and listen to this letter. My name is XYZ, and I'm a huge fan of your show. Your positivity and compassion is infectious, makes my day better. Hope it's making me better. Thanks, man. I heard on your show that you told someone to send you a letter with the word cheater on it as a way of letting that go. And I was planning on doing something similar, but burning it, and I figured I'd just send it your way. So here's my situation. And this person actually sent two letters, one to me and one to the person that hurt them. So here's my situation and what the other letter will be. Tomorrow, I'll be asking the parents of the most wonderful, sweet, tough, bubbly, and lovely girl for their blessing to marry their daughter. There is one chapter of her past I still haven't gotten over and will hopefully finish in premarital counseling. In her previous relationship, she was pushed on her physical boundaries and was raped. She's processed it, forgiven the guy that hasn't even asked for forgiveness, and considers it part of a plan. She's thankful for chances she gets to use it as a way to connect and help others. She's moved completely past it, but I still hold resentment towards this guy. And I don't want him to occupy my thoughts or energy anymore. So attached is my letter to him. I hope you get this and maybe speak about being in relationships with people who've had an abusive past. And he goes on to write a letter to that guy. The fortitude to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'm letting somebody that I've never met, but that it hurt the woman I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. And I got to let that go, because all I'm going to do hanging on to that is I'm just going to drown the current relationship I'm in. And the letter that he wrote is as gut-wrenching and heart-breaking as you can imagine, but it's powerful. And so if you're listening to the show and that's your letter, I want to tell you thank you. It's an honor that you sent that to me and you trusted me with that. I think you're a brave stud for saying, hey, I'm putting this down. And I'll tell you, this is going to be a healing process. You say, my wife's over it. This will circle back and there'll be some challenges, but she's got a rock star by her side who understands, hey, you were hurt. Somebody took a lot from you. And I love you. And we're going to be in this together moving forward. Thanks for sending that, man. And thanks for being strong enough to say, I'm going to set this down. Another letter I got, no name. Man, just says in giant marker, no more second guessing. And underneath it in pen, it writes, I don't need to second guess every decision I've made. It is what it is. He left me here. And when he did, he left all the joy and happiness and opportunity to be healed. He left us with a quiet, joyous, peaceful home. He left me with a safe, calm place to raise our children, where they don't wait for the next shoe to drop. I couldn't make him stop yelling, make him happy enough. I couldn't make him be here long enough to just enjoy our beautiful lives together. There are things I miss, and I'd never imagined for this for myself or my family. But when I step back and really look at what he gave us by finding himself a better life, I have no doubt in my mind I'm doing the best I can, that I gave everything I had to that 21-year marriage. And I loved him and I loved our kids. I'm still trying to prove myself. I'm still trying to show I can run a household and pay the mortgage and all the bills and provide a wonderful environment for myself and my kids. All without any support from him. He never even asks if they need anything. But that's the way it is. I know this, and I don't fight it. I just continually readjust the sails of my boat, pointing towards my North Star. No more second guessing. After 21 years, he just looked at her and said, I'm out. Good luck with the kids. Man, that's hard. And yet, she says, I'm learning how to do this, and it's a grind, and it's tough, and it's painful, and I second guess myself, but I'm putting it down. I can't go back and change him. Can't go back and change those 21 years. I can't go back and edit the past, but I can write anew tomorrow. I don't know who sent it. I don't know where it's from, but I want to tell you, if you're listening, what an honor. You're a strong, powerful, extraordinary woman. Whew. Find a community that will rally around you. Let people support you so you can get some sleep and some rest. Man, your kids are lucky to have you. Awesome. Hey, send me your letters. That stuff you're carrying around, those stories you tell yourself, those stories you were told growing up, those stories you're told at work still. Write them in a letter, put them in the mailbox, set them down. Be done with it. Thank y'all for being brave.